to remember is that though our feelings come and go, God's love for us does not. God is a circle whose center is everywhere and circumference nowhere. Voltaire. God will not look you over for medals, degrees or diplomas but for scars. Never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God. Corrie ten Boom. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Pat Alger. If we find ourselves with a desire that nothing in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that we were made for another world. The pupil dilates in darkness and in the end finds light, just as the soul dilates in misfortune and in the end finds God. Every happening, great and small, is a parable whereby God speaks to us. And the art of life is to get the message. To be a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable because God has forgiven the inexcusable in you. The darker the night, the brighter the stars. The deeper the grief, the closer is God. You are someone who is different, but who wants to be the same as everyone else. And that, in my view, is a serious illness. God chose you to be different. Why are you disappointing God with this kind of attitude? Because God is never cruel. There is a reason for all things. We must know the pain of loss, because if we never knew it, we would have no compassion for others, and we would become monsters of self-regard, creatures of unalloyed self-interest. The terrible pain of loss teaches humility to our prideful kind, has the power to soften uncaring hearts, to make a better person of a good one. God creates out of nothing. Wonderful, you say. Yes, to be sure, but He does what is still more wonderful. He makes saints out of sinners. The eye through which I see God is the same eye through which God sees me. My eye and God's eye are one eye, one seeing, one knowing, one love. Do your best and let God do the rest. Thou hast made us for thyself, O Lord, and our heart is restless until it finds its rest in thee. All God does is watch us and kill us when we get boring. We must never, ever be boring. And out of that hopeless attempt has come nearly all that we call human history: money, poverty, ambition, war, prostitution, classes, empire, slavery, the long terrible story of man trying to find something other than God which will make him happy. Pain insists upon being attended to. God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our consciences, but shouts in our pains. It is His megaphone to rouse a deaf world. I sought to hear the voice of God and climbed the topmost steeple. But God declared, "Go down again, I dwell among the people."